intellect as the self. See, when I say, who are you? When somebody asks, who are you? I say, I am a man or a woman. That is, I talk about the body. I say I am happy or unhappy. I talk about my mind. I say I am seeing, I am talking, I am walking. I talk about my senses. I say I understand, I don't understand. I am intelligent, I am not intelligent. I talk about my intellect. So, an ignorant person identifies with this body and all the objects within the body. But a realized person is one who knows that I am different from this body, I am residing in this body. So, realized person residing in the body is called Jivan Mukta. And when they stop residing in the body also, when the body drops off, they are called Videha Mukta. This term you must have heard. Jivan Mukta means while living in the body or when the body exists, they are as though living in the body, alive, but free. Jivan eva muktaha. But when the body also drops off after its karmas are over, it's called videha muktaha. So navadvare pure dehi, this dehi resides in this body, dropping all action, knowing that I am not the doer, identifying with that pure self, knows that I am not the doer. One can even see the body moving and all. One can see, just like we look at our breathing, he looks at the whole body and everything like a witness only. A realized master looks at his own body as you look at somebody else's body. Like a buffalo is walking, I don't feel I am walking, unless I am little crazy. Similarly, when a Mahatma, the body is walking, he doesn't say that I am walking. He may say it, but he knows that I am not walking. I am not talking. I am not thinking. That sense of I is not in the body. See, when I am speaking through this mic, you can hear it from that speaker. Somebody sometimes people have big bungalows and all, and outside the gate they have a speaker also and a camera also. Through the camera, the person inside knows who has come and they speak to him. So one poor fellow had come there and suddenly the wall started speaking to him. Who are you? कौन बोल? इधर उधर क्या देख रहे हो? Who are you? I am Gangaram. अच्छा, कहाँ से आ गए हो? वो गांव से आ गया मैं. गांव से आ गया. सर खुजाना बंद करो. कौन देख रहे? So he will look at the wall because there is only wall, and nowadays the cameras have become so small you don't even see that they are there. This fellow look, wall से आवाज आ रहा है. So he looks at the wall and start wondering. मैंने तो सुना था कहानियों में कि दीवार भी बात करती है, but here first time wall is speaking. From where you come? नहीं, वो गांव से आ गया. क्यों आ गया? वो नौकरी करने के लिए आ गया था. So then he looks with a lot of this strange and wonder कि दीवार मेरे साथ बात कर रही है. And he feels that there is this wall is speaking to me. But other wise person from city wise, because that city person going to the village or jungle behaves like a fool only. But in a city he is very wise. So he knows that wall is not speaking, that fellow sitting there in the drawing room is speaking. He knows that wall is just a wall, it is made up of stone, it is not speaking. The person is sitting inside the wall, inside that house, deep within. You can't even see him, but he sees you. You can't see him. He is speaking to you. Similarly, when I am speaking, mouth is not speaking. When eyes are seeing, eyes are not seeing. Who is the deepermost being who is there seated in this body? That is Atma. Cannot be seen, cannot be known, cannot be touched. But it is that self which is the master of this body, mind, intellect. But an ignorant person feels the body is Atma or the mind is Atma. Villager ko we laugh, but we also behave like them only when it comes to this equipment. So a realized master is one who understood that this body, I am not the body, I am that pure consciousness which is enlivening the body. That consciousness gives life. Actually, life is an expression of consciousness. See, matter becomes alive because when it becomes alive, we say it has got life. But what is this life? Life is an expression of consciousness. Science tries to say that life is an expression of matter. And it is trying to try to do all experiment by which it can bring out that life from matter. But life is an expression of that consciousness. And that consciousness is that Atma. Atma can remain even without expressing as life. Atma can remain without expressing as life. It doesn't require the expression of life to exist. So that Atma, as remaining as that, seated as that self, that realized master functions in this world. And what does it do? That Atma, what does it do? He says, Naiva kurvan na karayan. It neither does something, nor does it propel someone to do something. Neither it does something itself, nor does it propel someone else or something else to do. Na kurvan, na karayan. Karayan means to make someone else do. So that Atma, the consciousness, neither does anything itself, nor does it tell the mind, the intellect to do this, ye karo, wo karo, nahi. It doesn't tell anybody to do anything. Consciousness is not an instructor or leader of the body or something. It is not somebody which is telling the mind, ye karo, wo karo. Atma ki awaj. Atma ki awaj is the mind only talking. Many times we use that term, na? Meri Atma ki awaj aa gayi mujhe. Atma doesn't speak. It doesn't say anything. It is pure consciousness. If anybody is saying, then mind is saying. So that Atma, consciousness, is neither does anything because there is no activity, it is pure existence. See, it is indicated in the scripture as Sat Chit Anand. Sat means existence. Like this flower. We say flower exists. Two things are there. Flower is there and we say flower exists. Then we say watch exist. So we use that word exist for both, but both the objects are different. So there is flower and it exists. There is watch and it exists. So what is consciousness? Consciousness is not an object which exists. That existence itself is called consciousness. Consciousness is existence per se, existence itself. Sat matra, chit matra, ananda matra. It is pure consciousness, pure existence and pure bliss. We say I am conscious of something. So consciousness plus object is called I am conscious of. But that Atma is consciousness itself. There are no object. Objectless, pure consciousness. Even Ananda, we say I am happy. So I am there and happiness is there. But in that pure consciousness, pure self, it is of the nature of happiness itself. It is not something which is happy, but it is of the nature of happiness itself. So that consciousness, self, neither does something itself, nor does it make anything else work. Na eva kurvan, na karayan. So a realized master is seated in the body as the self, neither doing nor making anyone do anything. And how is he seated? Sukham, in peace and in happiness. Vashi, he is called Vashi, means the master, the controller, the great controller. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasya, giving up all action means giving up all the sense of doership in all action. Seated in this body made up of 9 gates. More about this self, it says further, na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya shrajati prabhu na karma phala sanyogam svabhavastu pravartate na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya shrajati prabhu na karma phala sanyogam na kartutvam na karmani lokasya shrajati prabhu. This Atma is called Prabhu. Prabhu means the Lord, the Master. So here Prabhu means that Atma, and the realized Master is identified with this Atma, means he is the Atma. He is that Prabhu. So Prabhu na kartutvam na karmani lokasya shrujati. He doesn't create in this world. He doesn't create the sense of doership, nor does he create any action. Na kartrutvam, he doesn't create a sense of doership, nor does he create any action in them. Means he doesn't tell anyone that you do this karma, and he doesn't create some karma for them, doesn't create an object for them, doesn't create some outer situation for them. So the Atma neither creates the outer situation, nor does he makes anybody perform any action. Na kartrutvam, na karmani lokasya shrujati prabhu. And this is, we are talking about you and me, that self is not somebody else. Is your own self, you. I, not the wall, the one who is sitting in the drawing room. We are talking about that. Just imagine that person is sitting in the drawing room, start thinking that he is the wall. Who are you? I am the wall. So it will be so difficult to tell him that you are not the wall, you are not this outer gate, you are not the wall, you are not the various rooms, you are the one who is sitting inside the room. So this Prabhu, Atma, he neither creates sense of doership, nor does he create any action for anyone in this world. Oh, he must be the giver of the result of action. He says no. Na karma phala sanyogam, nor does it give the result of action. Atma is not a giver of the result of action also. Hare Bapre, I heard that he is Ishvara as a giver of result of action. No. The Atma, pure self, is neither the doer of any action, nor creator of any action, means situation, nor the giver of the result of action. Karma phala sanyogam. Karma is done and then phala and uska sanyog banane wala. He says no, he is not. Then how does all action happen? Svabhavastu pravartate. It's a very powerful statement. It says Bhagavan, everything functions according to its own svabhav, according to its own nature. Like again go back to computers, we have the computer, we have the programming, and we have the electricity which gives the power to that computer. Without that electrical power, the computer cannot function. It will be dead. It is very intelligent, everything is there, but it is dead. So that power makes the computer alive. Power makes that